Darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Capricorn, I'm going to be doing a reading for you about pivotal moments, those moments in our lives where we can take one direction or another. That can mean both physically, but it can also mean, emotionally as well. First of all, I do apologize. I have not been around for a little while. I have been in moving house and enjoying the new cottage with my family. And so I've just taken time out for myself. But I'm now back and I'm ready to do so many readings for you now moving forward. I'm in my beautiful garden room, which was built for me by a very wonderful friend, special friend. And the energy here is just gorgeous. And it's the perfect place for me to do these readings for you now going forward. So we're going to move ahead with your reading, Capricorn. I'm using my Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, just the Major Arcana initially, just to see where you are in terms of this life-changing event or experience or decision that you're going through. And then I'm going to be using my lovely new Affirmators Tarot, which is a very sort of lovely feel-good tarot. And then I'm going to also be using the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. If the reading resonates, I would be very grateful if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. And if it doesn't resonate, it simply means, darling, it wasn't for you at this time. There'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, guided by spirit. And although my readings are time-stamped, they are timeless. They are for whenever you see the reading and decide you want to click on it and it resonates with you. Spirit always knows when somebody's going to come and see these readings. And I put these readings out there with the faith and trust that those that need to see the messages will do it exactly the right time for them. So let's move ahead with the reading. So Capricorn, we're going to be looking at where you are right now in terms of this moment, this pivotal moment that you're in, and then see what Spirit's advice is for you to help you at this time. Thank you for Capricorn, for those that most need to hear these messages. Thank you, Spirit. Just one card or two would be great if that one wanted to come out. So my darling, you've got the Chariot that has come out. And at the bottom of the deck, you've got healing card. So what this is saying to me, let me just show you first of all, you've got the Chariot here, and then you've got the Star card, which is the healing card. So what this is saying to me is that there is a sense of progression within you at this time in terms of where you have been and where you are now. And well done, because these journeys, because you've got the Star card that's come out, these journeys that we are on and the experiences that we go through are for the evolution of our soul. And the Star card only comes out when you've gone through something that has been very traumatic for you, difficult to bear. But you have learned and shifted so much along the way and grown so much along the way. And I feel like you're now beginning to, this sense of progression is you're beginning to kind of glide through the waters of trust. Now, this Chariot could also be, as part of this, an advancement in kind of something to do with work or with a relationship. You feel like you're kind of, how do I say this, making headway. And you've got long-term goals and direction. You feel like you know this is the way you want to go. You're looking at commitment to this. Now, this could be, again, a relationship. It also could be something to do with work. And there is a degree of optimism that you have at this time. You are being guided by your soul, by yourself, your higher self. And that's the lovely thing about seeing this in the Chariot. There is a lot of balance that's happening within you at this time. And I don't know if you've had Reiki, but you've certainly been benefiting from some form of healing work that you've done on yourself. This is a new cycle. And I think you've had one before that may not have gone as you would have wished for, as you would have planned. But never have any regrets about things, because everything that comes in for us comes in as a gift, and it's how we choose to receive it. So whatever happened for you before happened to allow you to shift and change and to be where you are now, if that makes sense. you're in balance as well between your feminine and your masculine side. So that is that following that intuition, following your feelings, following the empathic side of yourself about stuff. But you're also you're being very vulnerable, you're being very open with yourself, very honest with yourself. You've forgiven yourself for things in the past, and I feel like you've forgiven others as well. And you are also putting in the work to move things forward as well, but you're doing it from the right space. You've also let go of things that no longer serve you. You've just removed them, or things have been removed from your life that you've actually been quite come to sort of be quite relieved about. And there is a purity in your intention, there is a clarity in your intention, and you are facing, as I said, you've faced your fears, you've looked at yourself, you've understood, and it's having a, thank you, Spirit, it's having a ripple effect on relationships around you as well. You're starting to see there's been a shift with how people treat you, because you deserve to be treated with love and respect, because you've started to show yourself that same. So I hope that makes sense for you. And I just saw the death card. So there's certainly been some form of ending that had to happen in order for a new beginning to come through. And it's been an old way, an old conditioned way of thinking and feeling about things. Let's pull some of my affirmators tarot now to, I just want to double check something, that I am actually recording this. Yes, I am, sorry. Otherwise I've been waffling away to myself there. Let's pull some of my affirmators tarot to see a little bit more about the Chariot and the Star card. Thank you for Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you wish to tell whoever this reading is intended? Thank you. Flew on the floor. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck, you've got Queen of Cups. And this Queen of Cups is the overriding energy for this Two of Pentacles that's come out. Let me show you both of them. And now I see the Empress as well that's come out. So there is the Queen of Cups, and there is the Two of Pentacles. So it's very sweet. That's why I love these cards. So the Queen of Cups here is, there's something very magical about you, something that people get drawn to. They find you almost sort of mesmerizing, and there's a beauty to you, there's an inner beauty to you. You are, it's slightly overwhelming sometimes for people. You're very much in your space where you're focusing on you and what's right for you. You're focusing on filling that cup for yourself, that self-love cup, because that's who we are in essence. That's who we are, our energy, who we are as part of the universal consciousness is love. And love comes in many forms. And out of love sometimes can come fear and anxiety and hate and all of those sort of things because of the love we feel for either ourselves or for another. But you are focusing on your self-love at the moment. And it's very important for you. And you're feeling that you've attained a goal. You've attained a goal with this. And this is why this Chariot card is there. You're moving forward with great strides. And it's because you've been focusing, so well done, darling, on you, on your healing, on letting go of things. And you've got this little seahorse there. So this says for me that while you're focusing on this, there is, somebody around you or people around you, but I'm feeling that there's somebody around you who's like the seahorse, working very hard to balance their emotions, to stay upright. And that's through sheer willpower. And but you are guided to continue doing exactly what you are doing. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is incredibly empathic and caring and loving, and family means so much, connections mean so much, but the right connection, soul family means so much, friendships they hold dear. They're very willing to go beyond for friends, but they also have those healthy boundaries, and that is something that they've learned through that process of getting to know themselves and not rushing into relationships per se because it's going to fulfill a need of love in them because they found it within themselves. And because you've got the Empress underneath this, the Empress is about being in that receiving mode, understanding that things come to you at exactly the right time for you. And it's the card of feminine energy, and it's the card of creation. We were created to create. This is the beginning. Wherever you're going now, this is the beginning of your manifestations. And it's almost like it's like girl power. You know, welcome back. Welcome back if you felt you haven't been there. It's almost for a while like you forgot about how empowered you are, and now you're feeling empowered, and that's amazing. So and this is time for you to grow slowly, make small changes, not dramatic changes. The seeds are being planted. They will come to you at the right time. You are the Empress. You're in receiving mode. And what's you've got here is this Two of Pentacles. So this reading is about you. And whatever decisions, now normally the Two of Pentacles is about being slightly overwhelmed by decisions, but I don't see this with this card. This card for me is success. It's success about making balanced decisions that you're doing, and Spirit's saying, well done. It's the success of it. You're managing to lift this weight of decision making, and you can do it now, not for very long. Sometimes I think you may be sort of feeling like I can't keep doing this, but you can, because look at your feet. You're also managing to stand on one foot as well and hold a weight. And the fox is a master problem solver. So this says for me that you always look for a solution. And actually, you know that a solution will always present itself. We just have to be willing to be open that the solution will come to us at exactly the right time. So I love seeing that. Let's have a little bit more. Thank you, Spirit. What else can you tell me about the Chariot and the Star card? Wow. Okay. So you've got 3 cards have flown out for you. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of Cups. So wherever this is leading, it's leading to that beautiful emotional fulfillment for you, where you feel you have a connection, both with yourself and another. And it's a very fluid connection. It can be a bit, it can sting sometimes. So both of you are, if this is in terms of something coming in for you, this is a 10 of Cups is about abundance, and whatever abundance means for you, emotional fulfillment, material manifestations, whatever it is, that 10 of Cups is the overriding energy here. I feel that there is either children involved, or it's going to be those that are listening and watching and learning from you with whatever you're going to be doing from a collaborative point of view. Now that could be something in terms of your life path, or it could be in terms of a relationship. You are manifesting this, the 3 of Wands. It's something you've thought about in the past. It could be something that's returning to you from the past, a second chance, and inner calling, because you've got the Judgment card has come out as well. So it could be something that's coming back in, and do you see as the giraffe, you're looking back. Now, maybe in the past it didn't work because you got too caught up in how do I do this, what do I do, and you were too attached to outcomes. And what I feel is happening now is you're manifesting what you want and why you want it, but you're releasing how and when and who it's going to happen with. And allowing it to come through, because that's exactly the way to bring in your manifestations, through that path of least resistance. Thinking about why, think about what you want, why you want it, and forgetting about all the detail, and allowing the universe to deliver it through to you through that path of least resistance. And now you're looking back at it as a giraffe, okay? And the giraffe, because the giraffe is so tall, any obstacles along the way seem much smaller from the giraffe's point of view, because the giraffe is your higher self, is your soul, is your intuition guiding you. And you can look back now with understanding also about the obstacles you've overcome and what you've learned along the way, because everything happens for us. Everything is a gift. It's how we choose to receive it that makes all the difference. And I really feel that you have stood back and stopped and observed and looked and learned at what you've gone through and flipped it in your mind, and rather than thinking, why is this happening to me, you've been thinking, well, what have I learned from this? How can I change from this? What can I let go of? Because you have with this star card. This is a beautiful reading. And already you've got ferns here in this for me. And these are all, I mean, I love seeing these cards because they're all very new for me. So so the ferns for me represent, you know, the ferns grow in the dark. They don't need a lot of sunlight. So I think you've gone through such transformational time by going through that dark night of the soul. But the seeds of growth, as we know, are always there. They've always been planted. They're always within us, but they've now started to appear at your feet. So your manifestations are starting to happen. They're starting to come in. The rainbow obviously talks about hope, talks about belief. Maybe things have shifted for you during COVID as well. But the rainbow comes out when there is both sun and rain. So for me, that says that whilst there are still things that you're still working through, this is why the star card is there, that sun has come out, and with it, you're starting to feel happy within yourself. You're starting to feel that excitement. You're starting to see what's meant to be coming in for you. Remember, wands are symbolic of our passions and our desires and our creativity. With this judgment card as well, this is whatever this is that you've gone through with this healing card. It's been like a wake-up call. You have a new awareness. It literally has been that pivotal moment. And you've had a sort of light bulb moment, and maybe where you were before wasn't the job you wanted, wasn't the relationship that you wanted, and you're finding this new path, and the mountain represents, there we go, the symbolic ending, and you've got to the top of that mountain, and you're this little mouse talking to the sun, which represents happiness. The sun represents rebirth. The sun represents the natural progression of things. And so what's so beautiful is that you're there as this little mouse because you've got your ear close to the ground. There have been times I feel that you have felt a little overlooked about things, but here you are as this little mouse who's got this sun just beaming down on them, and the focus of, you know, the universe is on you because you are the center of your own universe. And remember that the sun helps things grow. So when you're staring at the sun, when you're focusing on the sun, this is you focusing on your nurturing. This is you focusing on your growth. This is you focusing on your healing, because and nature heals us. So if you're not getting out there, this is a message for you to do that. If you are getting out there, keep getting out there. And you're healing yourself. How do I say this? Thank you, Spirit. From the inside. It's a card of renewal. It's a card of enlightenment, and it's very, very beautiful. And what's happening is, alongside of this, is you've got this Knight of Pentacles who is coming forward. So whatever this is, there is movement coming towards you. And this knight is the only knight that crosses the finishing line. Now, this knight also, because he's a beaver, okay? So beaver away. They work very hard, they beaver away. So what this is saying to me is that whoever is coming in, whatever is coming in for you, is coming in with the right energy. It's coming in matching the energy, the effort that you have also put in. And it's coming in with an openness, an honesty, a vulnerability. It's coming in with a freshness as well. It's coming in with truth. It's coming in with clarity. They're still wearing their armor, so that's why it's slower, whatever this is that's coming in, leading to this 10 of Cups. It's coming in slower than maybe you will have wished for, but it's coming in at a natural pace. It's coming in at exactly the right time for you. It's coming in divine timing for you. So let's have a look at now my Sacred Traveler deck for you, Capricorn, just to see what other messages for this reading. Thank you. You have Wandering Path has come out. A lot of the same, thank you, Spirit. A lot of the same cards have been coming out tonight for me, and Finding Sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So I'm going to talk about the Finding Sanctuary first. Let me just show you. opening to your spiritual source. I'm not surprised to see this with the Star card, the card of great healing, the card of great hope. You have found that space within yourself. You've woken up, my darling, and you've realized and understood so many of those magical universe secrets, and you've tapped in to your higher self, and you can see things from all angles now, and you're able to observe, as I said, like the giraffe, from a higher perspective. I don't know if I've mentioned this in this reading, but we don't learn from our experiences. We learn from observing those experiences, about taking the time to observe why something's happened for us. Because everything that happens for us is a gift. It's how we choose to receive it. And you can see your path forward now. The clouds are clearing. You've had more than one cycle in your life where I feel that it's ended in a way. And I think finally, this is why you feel this breakthrough. This is why you feel like you're moving forward now, because you finally feel free of how you used to be and how you used to observe things and how you used to be in relationships, because you're changed, you've evolved. Every relationship is for that evolution of our soul. And my darling, you have seriously changed. And you're now just like this wandering path in this card. You are enjoying the journey. Wandering path, you're enjoying the journey. There is Mr. Fox again, this master problem solver. I feel that you don't get worried about things so much. You don't have the anxiousness anymore, because you've let go and let God. You've let go of control, with that understanding that if we become too attached to an outcome, we then focus on the why and the when and the how, and it doesn't allow what the universe is wanting to bring in for us. But when we let go and we go with that flow, solutions seem to present themselves. People magically appear at just the right time. Of course they do, because you are creating your own reality. You are at center stage of your universe, and you're enjoying this. And I think you feel now, although you're moving forward, you're feeling now that there is an excitement. I want to pull one more card. There's an excitement. I don't feel you feel an urgency to it. I just feel you feel this satisfaction about the momentum that's building up for you at this time. Thank you, Spirit. One more card, please, to finish the reading. Thank you. I mean, how lovely to have the Ten of Cups and Wandering Path. So 4 cards have come out for you, okay? 4 cards have come out for you. Well, actually, one on the beginning of the bottom of the deck, and I'll just briefly touch on all of them because it's a wonderful close up for this reading. You've got First Light on the bottom of the deck, beginning of a new cycle. So this is just confirmation for Spirit that because of all this extraordinary inner work you've been doing on yourself, this is a new cycle coming in for you. It is a rebirth. And it's a beautiful cycle. You've got here the snow there, which talks about the ending. You've also got autumn here as well. So I feel like there's been more than one that's happened, but this is spring. This is irises. Irises talk about a death and a rebirth, and you've got the bird's nest there as well. So this is the beginning of a new cycle for you, but you've got it alongside the wandering path, which is enjoy the journey. So, well, this is beautiful. You've got crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So just like with any of these journeys never end. They're always evolving for us. And I think there are just some as you're going through this process at the time, there is more to be done for you. Think about what you have to write down, everything that's happened for you, say in the last year or two, or during this last cycle, and flip it always from it happened to me to happen for me, and think about why did it happen for me? Because in doing that, you're going to do more of this connecting to source energy, connecting to spiritual source. You're going to be receiving that insight because you're open to understanding, you're opening to listen. We listen to understand, not just to reply. And through that, you're going to mend those bits in you, those shards in you that are still there, that we don't know that they're sitting within us, but that's that inner child in us. You know, why did I get triggered by that? Where does that come from? It tends to come from the inner child within us. We think we deal with things as an adult. Most times we don't. We deal with it as our inner child. And in doing that, that forms a huge part of releasing. It's an extraordinary process when you observe, understand, feel compassion for yourself, for another, shift because of that. And then shifting, you release, and in releasing, you evolve. And when you can let go of it and it doesn't have an attachment to you anymore, that is just a wonderful place to be. Look at this, miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge. Something very magical. And, you know, rubbing that magic lamp, it is a miracle. But you see, the universe is full of miracles. And I'm sure you're beginning to see this, you know, these wonderful surprises and delights, these God incidences. The universe is always wishing to show us the miracles. We just need to be open to receive it. And one of the ways of doing that, I love this quote from Anthony Hopkins. And I saw this the other day, and I just used it actually for Sagittarius, which is believe, believe, believe. And if you can't quite believe at this moment, play the game of belief. Act as if it's happened, because that is sheer power. And that is the way that you allow the universe to come in for you and deliver. You just have to believe that you are creating this all. And look at this, joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. You've gone through so much. And whatever the universe is bringing in for you, it will be such a surprise and delight. I can see this in this reading. So there's no reason for you to keep your heart closed for fear of being hurt or wounded again, because you've already released so much of it. So trust that whoever the universe is bringing in for you is bringing them in at the same energy space as you. Somebody who's also done a lot of inner work on themselves. And then you've got here, desert passage. Trust there is a divine plan. Trust, trust, trust. Divine plan, divine intervention, divine timing. Our soul knows what's for our greatest good. And our soul knows. When you can turn belief into knowing, and our soul knows, and our soul always has known, but remembers that, you know, forgets at the point of birth, our birth. But our soul, when you resonate with something, when you feel something strongly, when you have that aha moment, your soul is remembering. So trust in that. Trust there is a divine plan. Your soul is a piece of divinity. Trust in that. It may be uncharted territory. It may be not quite what you would expect. You may be concerned that you don't have provisions for your journey, that you may flail along the way. But look at the sun there, and look at the hook there. It reminds me of the sheep and the lamb and of Jesus and the staff. You know, you have the support, you have the protection around you. Trust there's a divine plan. So Capricorn, I hope this was a beautiful reading for you, and I hope it's resonated with whoever was guided to click on this reading. I will be doing some more readings for you in August. I'm so excited to be back, and I look forward to seeing you then. And in the meantime, take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.